All right, today we're going to talk about two-way frequency tables and segmented bar graphs. So the first example, we're talking about categorical versus numerical, which is what we talked about in the other section. Remember, categories are things where like you're going to get words for answers, versus numerical are things you can measure. They're numbers, things you can take like the mean of, which is the average. These two words are the new words, univariate and bivariate. So when you think about these words, you want to think about this prefix here and this prefix here. This means one and this means two, right? So if you're doing a survey or collecting pieces of data, this would be like you're asking one question if you're doing a survey, and bivariate would be like you're asking two questions. Or if you're collecting data, you could think you're measuring one thing, or bivariate, you're measuring two things, like height and weight. Or you're asking them two separate questions, like what's your favorite food and what's your favorite time of day to eat, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. Okay? So when we go through these examples, we're looking to see if it's categorical, numerical, and univariate or bivariate. So brands and colors of cars in the parking lot. So we're doing brands and colors. So we know there's two things. So we know this is bivariate. And then would your answers to these questions give you numbers or would they give you categories? They would give you categories. Okay, weights of bears at a zoo. So we're finding the weight. So we're only finding one thing. So that's univariate. Is this going to give you a number for an answer? Yes. So that's numerical. Budgets and profits of feature films. So budgets is one, profits is the second. So this is going to be bivariate. And these are things we can measure, or they give us numbers for answers, so numerical. File formats and names of documents. So it's a type of file and a name of a file. That's two things, so bivariate, and they're categories because you give a word for an answer. Shoe sizes of students in your class. So sizes. So you're only asking them one thing, and it's a number. Street addresses in a phone book. We don't even use phone books anymore, but if we're just looking for addresses, when you say your address, you're giving like a phrase, right? You're saying like 2342 Shell Point Road. That's our school's address. So it's like a whole phrase. So it's a category. It's univariate because everybody is going to just give one answer. You're not answering two separate questions. You're just saying, what's your address? And it's going to be categorical. Okay, so that's example one.